The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
G'day there. Say whatever you want about Trump and his demeanour and influence. His influence, though, genuinely global. Peter Dutton has been accused across the Tasman. Peter Dutton been accused of his Trumpian stance on everything from public service to immigration. This is part of the election campaign. And now I note Winston Peters is all over DEI. DEI, of course, is not new, and the New Zealand first move to change the rules in the public service could easily have been part of the coalition deal, the government deal, but given it isn't, it's a private member's bill. That will have to be drawn out, and even then, question, do they have the numbers? That in and of itself, I would have thought, is an interesting proposition. I'm assuming ACT will be behind it, but what about the Nats, eh? Is DEI mainstream or is it niche? How many do they risk offending if they take a stance on that? It's got a touch of the old rock and the hard place about it, I reckon. Part of the issue is the fraudulent behaviour of the corporates. If America's anything to go by, most of them will dump it as quick as, for the simple reason they never believed in it in the first place. Apple are kind of your holdouts if you're following this story in America, despite what the shareholders are telling them at the moment. It's actually very like BP and Climate Zero a couple of weeks ago. You remember that story? Everyone's on board with Climate Zero until, of course, they realise it's all theory and the bottom line might actually count for something, hence BP's announcement. The basic principle that the best person for the job has been largely ditched as we genuflect our way around a series of invented nonsense speaks not just to how wayward we've become, but to just how weak-willed we are and how easily we can dispense with common sense in a desire to not be seen as out of step with the theory of the day. Age, gender, height, sexuality, left-handedness should have little of anything to do with your employment skills. Determination, dedication and performance are your beginning, middle and end, I would have thought and hoped. Your results are your ticket to promotion, not your pronoun. Feels are not a guiding principle in the workplace. As always, humanity basically has been allowed the pendulum to swing far too far, and for all the old ways we grew tired of, what replaced them has increasingly been proven to be farcical. DEI only ever belonged on a whiteboard when somebody uttered, "Come on, there are no bad ideas," except there were.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.